Today we're going to take a detailed look at the Shark Purifier 3-in-1 device here. Now this is a really cool air purifier. It has a whole bunch of different settings and options you can do with it. So we're going to go over that. I'm going to show you guys pretty much what this thing can do and why I like it so much. So first off, this is a 3-in-1 like I said. The first mode is just purifying air itself. So that just takes in air, takes all the pollutants out, puts it in a filter down here, then spits back out the clean air just like any purifier would. The second mode is actually purified heat. So it does the same thing, but when it brings the air back out, it'll actually heat it up like a small little, heater for your room. So that's pretty cool. The third mode for this is actually purified fan. So if you look at the front here, there's these little fan blades right here that you can move up and down, depending where you want the cool air to come out at. So this does have a couple cool settings. At the top here, there's all the different buttons. There's obviously a power button on and off. There's a timer button, so you can set this to be on at a certain time of the day or just for a certain length of time. So let's say you go into your room for only 2 hours, then you want to turn off after that without actually having to push the button yourself. Shut the timer for 2 hours, then once you leave, 2 hours ends up passing by, it'll turn off by itself. There's also heat controls. That basically allows you to change the temperature that you want this thing coming back out if you have the heater on. If you want it a little bit hotter, a little bit less hot, whatever you want. There's a brightness button, and that basically allows the LED screen right here to change brightness, especially if it's nighttime. You don't want this thing to be too bright in your face, so you want to turn it down. But during the day, you want to be able to read all the information that it gives you, so you want to turn it back up. There's an auto button, and that basically allows you to let the purifier itself determine the quality of the air and then turn on based on that quality. So if you want it to turn on when the air quality is less than 90%, you can do that. There's an oscillation feature, which basically allows the fan to go back and forth like this. And you want to use that when you have the fan on so you can actually spread the cold air throughout the whole room without it just, facing one direction. And the last option up here is the fan controls. That allows you to change the speed of the fan because sometimes, you really want to cool down, you'll turn that fan all the way up. But other times you just want a slight little breeze, so you turn that all the way down. So overall, there's a whole bunch of customizable options up here. Now as for the main LED screen right here, this can cycle through some info. Right now I have it on clean air percentage as well as temperature in the room. So right now it's telling me I'm at 100% clean air because I've had this thing running for a while, so that's great. It does tell you when it drops, especially when it's off, the air quality tends to drop a little bit. So once you turn this back on, it'll purify your air. The number will rise back up to 100. Under that is the temperature of the room. Right now it's at a nice 79 degrees where I like it. So other than that, the filter down here is actually, you take off this front plate, you can bend it forward and back, so you can take out the filter. And you can either clean it, replace it, whatever you want to do with it. So this is a pretty high quality and intensive machine here that can do a whole bunch of things. It's not very often that you see an air purifier that doubles as a heater as well. So that's actually one of my favorite parts. So in the summertime, I'll have the fan going, but during the winter time when it gets a little colder out, I'll definitely have that purified heat going. So it keeps my whole room nice and purified, but also heated at the same time, which is really cool. So overall, I'm a big fan of this Shark device. It does a whole bunch of different things that actually a lot of air purifiers that I've seen don't really do. So I am a big fan of it.